If you want to learn about Google AdWords, I think you might love this video. I'm grateful you're here with me because I struggled a lot making my ads on Google. I've had a lot of success now advertising on Google AdWords, and I'm going to give you the best of what I know about Google AdWords right here for free so that you can have a better chance to learn Google AdWords than I did in 2011 when I started out trying to learn Google AdWords. I'm doing this live with you here and giving you a look inside my Google AdWords account as I make new ads that I'm actually going to be running on Google AdWords. If you want to see what I've done so far, this is what I've done. I have $83,000 I've spent now in my Google AdWords account. I've driven 5,988 tracked sales at an average cost of $12 per conversion. Now that's for all of my campaigns total. The ones I'm actually running are running at an average of under $8 per conversion as I continue to improve. What am I selling and what product am I going to advertise? The product is absolutely crucial with Google AdWords. A good product can sell really well even with terrible ads. A bad product with perfect ads will still not sell. What I'm going to show you making ads for is in fact my Google AdWords course. So this is a beautiful combination because this tutorial video that I'm making ads for also then indirectly and directly, depending on how you look at it, promotes my Google AdWords course on Udemy. This is a 17 plus hour course where I share everything I know about Google AdWords with you, including my own personal story with Google AdWords of how I started out in 2011 and did terrible with my ads on Google, wasted all kinds of money, failed, struggled, got my account suspended, and gave up on Google AdWords. I share that and a lot more with you in this course, and I'm going to actually promote this course in the ads I make here with you in the tutorial. Now, I've made a lot of courses like this on Udemy. If you don't know who I am yet, I'm Jerry Banfield. I teach 51 courses on Udemy. I have 100,000 students. So I share this with you if you haven't heard of me to validate that I'm worth learning with, that a lot of other people before you've spent a lot of time learning from me, making sure that learning from me is a good idea, and now you can see you're here with them. I'm grateful that what I've done on Google AdWords has been the foundation of what has happened with selling my course on Udemy. I show you with this because this is what's possible. This absolutely is still unbelievable to me. 2 years ago, I was struggling to make any money online. I was nearly going bankrupt. Now Udemy has paid me most of this. They're still paying out the last 2 months in sales, so that's about $50,000. I have to wait a few months for that. This has happened primarily in big part through these Google ads. So this $83,000 I've spent on Google ads has been integral to generating this. So I show you this to validate that what I'm doing works, it's powerful, and you can learn how to do it right here. Everything I'm advertising is available completely online. You can make Udemy courses. In fact, I have several Udemy courses showing how to make a Udemy course. You can make courses just like I'm teaching online. You can advertise them just like I'm showing you how to do here on Google AdWords. Everything I'm showing you how to do, you can do anywhere in the world, and all you need to do is discover the skills you have, and you can start out even at $1 a day and run the ads. Even if you don't have any of your own products, even if you haven't heard about Google AdWords before, you can freelance. This is Upwork.com. It's the world's largest marketplace online for freelancers. And these are people who have Google AdWords as a skill. So what I'm showing you right here in the video, this is a $60+ per hour skill. In India here, Joseph is making $60 an hour. He's worked over 100 hours. And you'll see down here, Jason, $75 an hour, 700+ hours worked. I'm not going to mess that name up. $60 an hour, 2,000+ hours worked here. And you can consistently see Google AdWords is a really valuable skill. You can, in fact, get certified as a Google AdWords expert completely for free through Google's own program. In my Google AdWords course, I cover how to go through and do that, and that makes it easier to get clients. So all of this lead up has been to show you the opportunity and the value of learning Google AdWords. From here on out, we're going to do technical, hands-on. I'll show you exactly how I go make the ad campaigns live in Google AdWords based on my experience having made all of these campaigns and a lot more you don't see running for myself. So let's do this. There's no script to this video. My wife's out walking the dogs, or the baby, and I'm just putting this together real quick while I have time because I work at home. I'm grateful for that. And I do things real from the heart. So it won't be perfect and polished. It will be honest and thorough. So to start, search network ads are the most powerful, that are the easiest to get started with and track. Now, YouTube ads are extremely powerful, and I hope I'll have time to show you some YouTube ads because YouTube ads are made with Google AdWords for video. So the first question is, what different type of campaigns can you make in Google? Well, I can make search campaigns, display campaigns, and video campaigns. So I can't make shopping campaigns because I don't have my own products that I can list through a Google merchant account. Search network campaigns are when you do a Google search for something or a Google partner search such as Yahoo or any other website. Google is running the actual search behind the search bar. Display campaigns are everywhere where Google AdSense is running. So if Google AdSense is on a person's website and you see Google ads, these are display campaigns, and these run on YouTube also. Then you have video campaigns. Video campaigns are run with YouTube videos. So I've had great success with every single one of these type of campaigns. Now, the easiest one to get started with is search campaigns. That said, display and video campaigns are extremely powerful. If I show you my display campaigns here, you can see $6 average conversions on my display campaigns. Now, that is the lowest conversion. That is lower than when I go show you over here my search campaigns. You'll see average conversion $9, and these are campaigns I'm running. So this isn't counting campaigns I've tested and paused. So it's much higher to get sales through search. However, it's much easier to get started with. What I'm doing in display ads is running remarketing campaigns. So I'm showing ads to people who've already seen me online before, and that's a lot easier. Display ads are very tough to get started with because they just go out all over. If you want to do display ads, Facebook is much easier to get started with than Google AdWords. Finally, video campaigns. Now, here's the crazy thing. The video campaigns don't look like they've worked at all. And in fact, you would think I wouldn't spend $27,000 on things that don't work. Even though they've driven hardly any conversions, what you see is video played to here. All of these are minutes watched on the YouTube videos. Minutes watched on a YouTube video equals higher organic ranking. Therefore, Google AdWords for video is extremely powerful for higher organic ranking, and higher organic ranking means lots more sales. In fact, many of the existing sales I've gotten on this course and many of my other courses came from advertising a YouTube video, which then ranked high in search and organic suggested video views. And then people watched that video and converted. So if you found this video through organic search on YouTube or on Google or through suggested videos, you know what I'm saying is absolutely true because this video has been advertised, I'm sure by now. I haven't actually made the ads as I'm recording it. I'm planning to. The ads for this video are almost certainly what got you to see it, no matter where you're seeing it. So the ads are critical if you want to be successful pretty much anywhere in getting traffic. So what I'll show you is making a new search campaign, because search campaigns are by far the easiest to get started with. They're the easiest to just make some ads, get some clicks, and get some sales. Now, prior to this, I've set up conversion tracking on this page. So when you go through and click take this course, and when you buy this Google AdWords course, there's a success page that comes up. So the very first thing, if you want to be successful on Google, is to make conversion tracking. Set up conversions for your course, and I'll show you, or for whatever you're doing. If you're collecting emails, anything you want to advertise, conversions are absolutely essential. So I'll show you how to make conversions. It's in the Tools tab up here. You click Tools, and then you go to Conversions. And now Google's going to show you a list of all the conversions I've got. And what you can see down here, 6,000 conversions tracked total. Now these include free enrollments, and I've not included free enrollments counted in my conversions in other places. So what I just showed you before with the 5,800 does not include the free signups. What you can see, I've got, I hope you can see, depending on where I've put my face on this video, I have $134,000 in direct tracked immediate sales from Google AdWords. And then the ongoing value of that continues to build. So enough about me. Here's how you make a conversion. When you are in Tools and then Conversions, you click plus Conversion, and then you pick what you want to track. If you have an app, you use an app. If you want phone calls or some other type of conversion, then you do it that way. What you're most likely to want and what I want website conversions. I want purchases or other actions on my website. So I click that. Now Google gives me the option to make a website conversion. So I need to put this on a new course I'm going to make. So what I'm going to put this on is a new course I'm making with another instructor on Udemy. So I'm going to call this Bitcoin Affiliate. So then I have this conversion tracking pixel. I have the name. So whenever I want to see which conversion and how many, I know, oh, it's the Bitcoin Affiliate course. Now I put how much each conversion is worth to my business in here. I click on each time it happens, it has the same value. This is the easiest way to do it. And I'm just going to put $5 because this is a co-instructed course. So if I make a sale, it's likely to be worth about $5. Now that's the short-term immediate value. I know that realistically it probably has a much higher long-term value. What I want to track in Google is the short-term value, because the long-term value is assumed, it's not verified though. I could sell a course and it only is worth $5, but I know when I sell it, it should be worth $5. Now I count every conversion on here. If you have 3 purchases, for example, if someone buys this course and then buys 3 more, I want to count each one of those as a conversion. If someone buys 10 or 15 courses at once, I don't want it to just count as one conversion, because that's way different. If an ad is producing those deep conversions for 10 or 15 sales at once, that's way different than an ad that's just purchasing one product. So I count every conversion, and Google likes that because then it looks better at what it's doing too. Then I do a 90-day conversion window also, because sometimes it takes people a long time to convert. Google says it often takes people 5 or 6 days once they've clicked my ad to convert. They've clicked it, they're looking at it, they're thinking about it, they save it as a bookmark, they put it in Evernote, they think about it more, talk about it, wring hands, is this really a good idea, pray about it, and then get the answer, yes, take Jerry's course. And then they enroll. So you may be joining them soon. If you like this, for the cost of it, you can get one heck of an education in useful, real skills you can apply to working online right now for a really low price. It's crazy. I spent a lot of money to go to school to learn skills that I didn't even need. And now I teach skills that are really useful for a really low price. It's a great world. So finally, I do 90-day conversion window to capture those late buyers. And then I do the purchase sale. If you have a lead or a sign up, then you put it as there. I do purchase sale so that I can then know to include it in conversions. This is where when I have a free course, I uncheck this because I don't want that to be included in the conversion data. I don't want Google to optimize for people taking a course for free on Udemy, because that messes all the rest of my data up. So I hit save and continue, and now I have code that Google's given me down here. I have code that I can go put in here. So all I need to do now, I copy that code from down here and put it on the page that loads when someone's bought the product. And I don't need to show you the code in particular here because you'll get your own code when you make your own conversion. The code itself doesn't matter. You just grab the entire section of code and stick it on your success page. Now, if you're using WordPress, you need to put this in the actual code. You don't just put it in as text. It needs to be loaded as a snippet of code in there. Now, on Udemy, I can actually copy various parts of the code. I can copy my conversion label and my conversion ID. I can just directly copy this label and copy this ID and stick that on my Udemy page because Udemy has got everything set up for me. Udemy's already put all the rest of this code on the page, and all Udemy needs is the label and ID, and Udemy does the rest. So then what I do, I hit done. Google's like, yay, good job. You're ready to start measuring your campaign success. And now a lot of questions I get in the Google AdWords course, because when you take this course, you can ask me questions about Google AdWords, and I will answer them. Either me or someone else who's very good with Google AdWords will answer them for you, or a fellow student. I get a lot of questions about, well, Jerry, how do I know? Because once you see when I put a new conversion on here, this is what comes up first, unverified. That means Google does not know if that is on the page or not. It means it's never seen that conversion pixel actually load before. So all the rest of these indicate if you have anything besides unverified, then your conversion tag is working. So you see no recent conversions or tag inactive because no one's bought recently. But all the rest of these are all signs you have verified your conversion tracking. So you need to verify your conversion tracking before you set up ads for anything. That's why I'm not making ads for this Bitcoin affiliate course right now. I'm dropping the conversion tracking on it now well in advance before I make any ads for it. What I am making ads for, I'll go up here and show you, is this Google AdWords course. So it's recording conversions. Therefore, and the last conversion was just seen yesterday, and it recorded one. Well, it's just seen a few hours ago now, about 4 hours ago, and then it actually recorded a sale in Google AdWords yesterday. So I know this is working before I go make the ads for it. So I've shown you all of this about conversion tracking, because using Google AdWords without conversion tracking is a very, very, very bad idea based on my experience with it. Now, if you want to go prove me wrong, you are welcome to go do that. When I started my business, I spent thousands of dollars with no conversion tracking. Guess what I got back? Zero. Nothing. Nothing. Not anything. The first several thousand I spent on Google AdWords, and then when I did make some money, I didn't have conversion tracking set up. It was a nightmare to try and figure out which ad actually made the sale and try and optimize. Conversion tracking makes everything crazy easy. There's no way I'd have all these campaigns to show you right here. There's no way I'd be doing this if it weren't for conversion tracking. So now that we've established conversion tracking is really, really, really helpful. You want to figure out some way you can get conversion tracking enabled. If you have a product on a website that makes conversion tracking hard, it might make sense to get things up on a website where conversion tracking is easier. It's really, really, really hard to do well on Google AdWords without conversion tracking. It's possible. I have a client that's an attorney. He just brute force spends money and gets clients, but the problem is he can't do any better with his ads. I'm able to get all these low-cost conversions because I can see exactly where I've made a sale. I can see what really works to make a sale. I don't have to guess at it. So that makes all the difference in the world. So now that we've covered conversion tracking, the next step is to get a campaign set up. So what I want to do now is make a search network campaign for this Google AdWords course. I was going to do this anyway today, and I figured, well, I might as well film it and put it on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. So I click plus campaign here, and I'll scroll over to make sure this is in there. And now there's all these different kinds of campaigns. Now, search network with display select. This is the search network ads, and then Google tries to get the display ads done well. The problem I've had with this is that it can be challenging to then disable the display part of the campaign. If you decide, I just want search ads, it can be difficult to try and disable that display part of the campaign. So I like to keep just search network or just display or just video. Now, if you have an app or products on the merchant store, go for it. If you're just getting started, sometimes search network with display select can be easier. I'm doing search network only for this campaign. And then a key thing here is to hit all features. If you don't hit all features, then some of the things I show you will not be there as an option. If some of the things I show you are not there as an option, it can make doing Google AdWords very unpleasant because you need some of these advanced features on it to make optimizations to your ads. You're rarely going to make ads that just work immediately. Usually, if you're lucky, you'll make ads that work a little bit, and then you can keep making them a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. So that's what I do. I started at over $20 a conversion on this AdWords account, and I made them a little better. So what I'm going to call this is AdWords USA, and I'm going to call this AdWords Broad USA because I have a niche AdWords course already. It just shows on the small keywords like AdWords lessons. There's not a lot of searches for AdWords lessons. So I already have one set up like that. So what I'm trying here is a broad campaign because the best campaigns I have running right now hit one keyword or maybe a couple small variations of that. And then I get out there to a big audience. Now this may or may not actually work. I don't know. I've tested hundreds of campaigns in my account. The thing is, everyone that fails doesn't cost me that much money. Everyone that's successful makes a ton of money. That means I can afford to fail on a lot of campaigns. The only way I can be sure to succeed is to keep trying new things, especially based on what works. So I'm setting this up to be a broad USA campaign. Now, I've put that in the name to reflect what my primary split targeting is because I'm going to show you also how I turn this into a global ad campaign. I'm not just going to target the US because on Udemy, less than 40% of my customers are from the US. That leaves 60+% for the world. So I'll show you how to make global ads also. So then in here I include Google search partners in here because I talked to the AdWords specialist. They got Yahoo. They're really excited about the search partners. And I can easily switch this off anytime. So Google Search Networks means websites like google.com and similar. Search partners, the ads can show on Yahoo or any other website Google is running the search on. So I put that checked. I leave it checked, and that's what it looks like unchecked. So I leave it checked. Now by default, the ads will show on all devices. Now my data shows I usually want to adjust my bid on mobile. I'll get to that in a minute. So then I click United States here next because that's where I'm starting. However, my global campaign will target all countries and then it will exclude some that I don't want to target and that I've already targeted. So I go English down here. And then one little advanced option I want, location options, advanced. I only want people in my targeted location. Now Google recommends this because this gives Google more leeway to show ads. If you have a travel business and you're trying to sell trips to Miami and you want to target Miami, well, then you might want the ads to show to someone, say in India, who's looking for a trip to Miami. So there's lots of businesses, like if you're an attorney and someone got a DUI in Houston and they're looking for a Houston DUI lawyer and you set your location as Houston, well, if they're in their family, visiting their family in Illinois, you might want them to be able to Google Houston DUI lawyer and have your ad come up even though it's targeted to Houston. I don't want that. I don't want people searching for AdWords USA to see my ad. I want only people actually in the US to see my ad. I don't want Google trying to decide which person in India or Vietnam or China, not that Google gets used much in China, or even Canada or the UK, wherever it is. I don't want Google trying to play guessing games with where it should show my ad, because this is a digital product I'm advertising globally. So I only want to show people actually in the location. And I can picture Google making a sad face on this. And yet, if my ads work good, then Google's happy and I'm happy and everyone who's bought the course is happy. It all works out really good. So I pick people only in the location and in the excluded location, because then theoretically Google could exclude someone in the US from this if they think they're from some other location that I've excluded. So I stick to ask Google, yes, I'm serious. I just want the ads to show in the locations I've targeted and not in the locations I've excluded. There we go. Long story short. Next, bid strategy. There's a lot of bid strategies Google gives. Now, you have one, manual CPC bidding. Now, of course, this is what I started out with. This is a pain in the butt. I don't want to have to sit there and manually adjust all my bids. It's annoying. Could I maybe save 5 cents here and there? Yes. When I'm running thousands of ads, do I want to manually adjust all of my keywords? No. I started with manual CPC because I loved to micromanage stuff. I don't love to micromanage things anymore. I want to set it on one sustainable bid and try and let Google do its best to figure out what works. So I've got conversion tracking, and when you've got conversion tracking, you can do target CPA. Target CPA is a sweet way to bid, because then Google can use all of its data to attempt to show my ads to people Google thinks will convert. So that is what I want. Now, you can do other things. You can do target search page location if you just want to be first. You can do target return on ad spend. These are fairly new things. It's March 10th, 2016. So some of these are pretty new. They have target outranking share to help outrank another domain's ads, and maximize clicks, enhanced cost per click to try and allow you to bid manually and then still get conversions. So what I want to do is cost per acquisition, because look how simple this is. Google tells me exactly what this is going to do. Uses a target cost per acquisition that you enter to automatically set bids to help. Now, if I enter a $6 per bid Google cost to acquire my customer, Google can bid $6 if it wants to, because then it will try and think it can get a conversion at 100% shown to the exact right person. Most of my ads on Google right now, my bid is between $6 and $9 each. That allows me to get a lot of good clicks. The problem with that is it doesn't allow for messing up a lot, especially when I'm starting off a new ad campaign. So ideally, I want to be able to get enough data to learn how to do better. So if I sell this AdWords course, now this AdWords course sale is worth at least $9, if not $10, because I'm giving a $10 coupon. Udemy takes 3%, so that'll be $9.70 roughly that I'll get out of it. So I could easily put $10 here for my target CPA. Well, that's what I'd like to run long term. What I might like to do is figure out what works first. So I have to assume I'm not going to get things exactly right to start. So I'm going to bid higher to begin with, because I want my ads to show more often. If I put a target CPA too low, Google's not going to show my ads very often, because it will want to make sure it aims at the CPA. It knows, hey, if he's trying to get $10 per conversion, then we can't be bidding $5 a click, get 2 clicks, and then he gets no sales. That's not going to work. Now, if I put 20, Google's like, sure, we'll put the bid to $5, and if he gets 4 clicks, or 10 clicks, hopefully that'll get a conversion, and if not, we're sorry, we're going to keep the bid there and just keep going with it. So what happens when you have target CPA, it roughly works out to a manual bid based on that CPA and Google's calculations of how easily you can convert. Now, the more data you have, the more Google can do a good job with this, especially on display ads. So I'm going to start with the CPA of twice as high as I'd like to be able to sustain, And then as I learn what I'm doing wrong at $20 a conversion, I can keep cutting the fat. I can keep removing the things I'm doing wrong. And I can then drop my target CPA down to 10 and maybe even down to 5 or 6 eventually if done well. That brings us around to the budget. Now, I get a lot of questions in my Google AdWords course here about budget. Jerry, what do you set the budget at? I want to set my budget at this, or that. I set the budget at amount I can stand to completely throw out, to completely waste, and to get nothing at all out of. Now, you might think, why would you set the budget assuming you're going to get nothing? Because when I set the budget and assume I'm going to get nothing, that gives me an amount I can stand to lose. So right now for this campaign, I can definitely stand to lose $25 a day for a month to test this campaign out. It often takes a month at least to get some really good data to make some solid changes. So I'm going to set this, and now I'm keeping in mind I'm going to copy and make 2 or so more campaigns. So really this is a $75 to $100 a day budget I'm making. I can stand on this one campaign in the US only to throw away $25 a day. I can handle that because what I'm trying to do is sell a course that can make a lot of money over a long time and run ads indefinitely on this set of keywords. This ad campaign could potentially be worth tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in the long term. I'm willing to spend $25 a day and lose it to see if I can have the opportunity to make good money on this ad campaign. This is much different from what I used to do with my ads. I used to assume my ads were going to work, which is pretty foolish given I hadn't had much experience advertising on AdWords. When I assumed my ads were going to work, I set my budget higher. Now, I showed you before, I'm grateful. In the last year alone, I've made over $300,000 on Udemy with over $500,000 now total. I've made enough money to test out $25 per day times 3 on new campaigns. When I was barely getting by as a graduate student with my wife paying all the bills, making $1,500 a month, setting a $100 a day budget was insane. Absolutely insane. Why did I do that? Because I thought it was going to work. I figured this is going to work. I'm going to crush it. I'll put it at 100 a day. I'll be making 300 a day. Boom. Everything's all set. I could set this at 500 a day right now if I wanted to. If I assumed it was going to work, I'd put it at 1,000 a day. Why not? I don't assume this is going to work. I give it a chance to work and then see. So if you're just starting out a business or you don't have a lot of money to work with, a much smaller budget you can stand to lose, and relative to plenty of people in the world, I don't have much money to work with. That's why $25 a day is what I set. And yet relative to other people in the world, I can see I have a lot of wealth. Everything's relative. So the thing to do is figure out what can you afford to throw away if it doesn't work. If you assume it won't work, if you take a pessimistic look at it, then you can fix it and make it work. When I set my budget to $100 a day, I ended up having to turn it off almost immediately. When you make $1,500 a month, $100 a day, you can't afford to waste that for very long. What we've got here, I've seen a lot of people in my courses, they set their budget too high and then they're just crazy. Are my ads running? I'm not getting conversions. I'm not getting any clicks. What am my keyword score? The lower you set your budget relative to what you can afford to spend, the more casual you can be about it. I'm grateful that at $25 a day, I cannot check this for a week and whatever. It's fine. I want to see that data. I want the data. I can afford to let it run for a week and see what happens. So if $1 a day is what you can afford, there's no shame in that. Because there's certainly a lot of people in the world that could look at me like, my God, I couldn't learn anything at $25 a day. My clients I've seen running ads for thousands of dollars a day. 25 a day is what I can afford for a new campaign. Whatever you can afford is fine. Whatever you can afford to waste. So I've talked a lot about the budget because I get so many questions about the budget. I've tried to answer all of them as best I can here. So on to the next thing. We're almost done actually building the campaign. Now some of the next parts will be a bit faster. Ad extensions. Now you might think you won't get to see all these if you don't choose all features like I mentioned. Some of these might look pretty harmless. Okay? Many of these are extremely powerful. If you can want people to call you, then why get them to go to your website when you can stick your phone number straight on the ad? If you have a phone number you want called, definitely extend your ads with the phone number. You can see when I click this, I don't have any phone numbers. I don't want anyone to call me. So I don't have any phone numbers. Now, what I have are site links. If you want your ad to show higher, site links are really, 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 really effective. My best campaigns that I'm getting 20% click-through on, they have several site links on them. So what site links do, they add little links underneath your website that people can click on. It literally gives you several different ads you can make out of just one ad on Google. It gives you the ability to do really well. So I'll show you about site links. I need to add these once I've already got the ads up. If you have an app or if you have a map location, absolutely get that location linked. If you have reviews, now reviews are powerful. Google, I talked to the specialist on Google. You can only use these. My Udemy course, as you can see on here, it has 59 reviews. However, the way Google's currently using things, you have to get some verified reviewer. So it has to be like, if the New York Times reviewed my course or something, then I could put that review on there. So since that hasn't happened, then we're not doing that. Now, call-outs are cool things. You can put a little extra descriptive text, and that's working on some of my campaigns. And structured snippets, I haven't tried yet. Let's look at the Help tab. Structured snippets, how they work. Choose a header that summarizes a variety of the nature of your product and services. So I've never even tried a structured snippet on an ad, so maybe I can give that a shot at some point also. So the ad extension's extremely powerful. You want to take the time to give these a try. And some of them are aggravating. When you go to put your phone number, your location in, it probably won't work. And you'll be like, and you'll just, and that's okay. That's normal. You just keep working with it. Email or call Google if you need to. Get everything to work. Finally, you've got ad scheduling. I say finally. There's like 4 more things. You have ad scheduling. If you have a business that's only open certain hours, it might or might not make sense to run your ads certain hours. Like I had a client, their business was only open and people only buy when they could actually go to the bank most of the time. So I set an ad schedule for them, and I don't take clients anymore in case you're wondering. I set an ad schedule for them that then would only show their ads when the banks were open. So that worked out good. So if you need ad scheduling or if you want to schedule an end, if you're doing a limited time promotion, you can build that into the campaign right here. Now all my ads I run indefinitely. So I don't use ad schedule for myself. So I shrunk the ad schedule. Now, ad delivery. There's lots of opportunities in ad delivery. Google has a optimized for conversions. Now, for the long term, this is an ideal setting. You want Google to show the ads that get the most conversions. The problem is when I have 50 different ads and one ad gets lucky and makes a conversion, and then Google says, yes, that ad's it. We're going to show that ad half the time. If that ad just made a conversion by luck and it's not actually a good ad, well, that doesn't work very well. So what I do is select rotate evenly for 90 days and then optimize. So then I can go back and put optimize for conversions on it after I have enough data. Now, Google warns it may not work as well because at first, it absolutely doesn't work as well. When you have 50 different ads, there's probably 40 of them that are bad. And showing those 40 bad ads doesn't work very good. However, if you jump to conversions too quickly, the difference between having an exceptional ad and a decent ad is often huge. If you jump to the conversion too quickly, one of the bad ads or decent ads might get all the impressions. One of the ones that's really good might take a really long time to actually get the impressions. So I do rotate evenly, and then I switch to optimize for conversions once Google has conversion data. This way, I have a good test of how effective each ad is. Now, I'm going to skip dynamic search ads because this doesn't apply to most of us that are making ads. Now, if you have a website, you can advertise every product on there, go for it. For me, I can't advertise every course on Udemy right now. I could as an affiliate, theoretically. I don't want to do that at this point, at least. I might try that as an affiliate, though. Now, the last option here is for affiliate tracking. So in order to do this, you need some kind of tracking template. Now, I am a Udemy affiliate, and what I've learned is that when I try and sell my course, about half the time people buy my course. The other half of the time, they go buy someone else's. So if I'm advertising a Google AdWords course, and someone buys my competitor's course, frown, if I have a tracking template on here, then I can actually make 50% of the sale on my competitor's course. Win. So that's what I do. I put campaign URL options on so that I can do that. So what I'm going to do now, I'll pause this and grab my tracking template and stick it in and explain it. So here's my tracking template. Now this tracking template gives me the ability to make 50% on selling any course on Udemy within 7 days if someone clicked the ad first, went there, loaded it in their browser, didn't switch or incognito or do anything else or buy it on another device. I get 50%. Pretty much any other scenario I don't. What I've done here is I am an affiliate with LinkShare, which is Udemy's affiliate program. So what I've got is the exact code here for deep linking. Now, if this doesn't make any sense, that's okay. I'm not going to go on about it that long. I got the code for deep linking. So what I do is just give LinkShare URL, and it gives me a code every time. Well, here's the thing. Every single link it gives me starts with this. It starts with this link. So the way Google AdWords works, you give Google AdWords a final URL that people are going to land on and a display URL. If you want to use a tracking template or affiliate link, what Google does when someone clicks on the ad, they actually go to this URL first. But Google checks to make sure the final URL is actually on the landing page. So that way Google knows you're being authentic about what you're doing. So what I've gotten here, I have a LP URL here. And what this is, it's a certain format with parentheses signs, for example, that when you put a link in to generate a link within a link. So this is a link within a link. So in here, the actual website I want them to send to is right here. So this little short code covers that. Then whatever URL I put in works. So the final URL is shortened in here in a certain format. So this took me a long time to figure out exactly how this works. And so I've given you the tracking template I'm using in here. And then if you are using some kind of similar tracking template that generates a unique link, the only difference being the link you've got, then all you need is LP URL here or wherever it appears in your link, and then you can put that on Google. So, really long story short, now I've created a campaign. That is everything to create a campaign. Now, what I don't have in here is an ad group yet. I don't have any actual ads. I don't have any keywords. All I have is the shell of the campaign. So what I've got now is pretty much nothing. I've got just the basic settings I've done, but I don't have any actual ads up. So what I want now, I'll show you how I create one text ad and do my keywords. So first, I'm going to do my keywords on this. So like I said earlier, this is a broad campaign. I'm going to do a broad keyword. This is a test specifically. This is not what will always work in every situation for every product and every person. This is what I'm testing based on testing a bunch of narrow niche keywords before, I want to take a shot at the broad keyword now. So the broad keyword I want to do is AdWords, because I have an AdWords course. And I don't want to put Google in there so that I can avoid fooling with any keyword matching or keyword score issues that I'll go into later. So I've got AdWords here, and now that's a broad match. If you just put in that, that's a broad match. What I'm going to do now is also do exact match. So I've got a broad match that if people misspell AdWords, if they put ad space words, or even if sometimes they put Google advertising, then this broad term will show on that. However, this exact match will only show when someone specifically has entered AdWords. So these allow me to separate when someone actually has AdWords spelled correctly and is searching for that versus Google trying to do its best to figure out what they meant when they've put in AdWords. So now I've got the keywords in. The next thing to do is make an ad. So I'm just going to call this AdWords broad and exact. So I'm naming this ad group to know exactly what I did with my keyword strategies. This way, if I want to copy into another keyword group, I can choose some different keywords. I could choose some more keywords that are niche based if I wanted, or I could try some different options. So for now, I indicate what I'm testing on here. So now what I need an ad on here. If I hit save ad group, Google actually will let me make just the keywords here like this and start my actual campaign. So that's really nice. Now I don't have any ads in this right now though. So I did it this way because I've already made a bunch of ads on another campaign, and all I want to do is just copy those existing ads over. I try and work smart rather than hard whenever possible. So what I want to do now is go back to all campaigns and copy all the ads I made. That'll be easier than trying to go create an ad with you as we're doing this. So to do that, I need to go over here. I need to actually hit all but removed. So this will show the campaigns, and I'll hide this over here. This will show the campaigns I'm not running right now as well as the ones I am running. So I go down here to last 30 days, or I could search for this campaign also. So I can just go in here, I can search AdWords. Now, these are all of my Google AdWords campaigns I've ran so far. So this is the one I'm running. It is a global one with niche keywords. So you can see I had some other ones that didn't work in other areas, and the rest of these are display, except for this new search one I've created. So what I want to do is use my existing ads I made for display. So I'll go up to the ads. So I already made these ads before. So what you can see on here, I've made, and I want to go to one ad group because otherwise it'll copy all of them. So I've got 50 different ads in this ad campaign. This existing display ad I already made. And you'll see this one has a trademark thing on it. So you'll see that when it comes up again possibly. So I've got 50 different ads I already made right here. So I made the ads. I've got titles here. I've got text. And so what I want to do is use the ads I've already made. So in using the ads I've already made, I can show you a lot about ads without having to sit here and manually make them one at a time. So what I'll do is check this box here. And then I'll go to copy. I'm going to copy all of these ads. And then I can hit the little sidebar. And I can go back and I can even search AdWords. I can go back to the campaign I was doing. And now Google is showing me just the ad, so I can just scroll down here to the name of it, and actually it was named AdWords Broad USA. So I click to navigate back over to my campaign I just made. Now you'll see it has no ads in it. And I'm going to pause this ad group just to hopefully avoid Google getting upset about my display URL in here. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So what I do now, I'm going to paste all these ads in here. And it says in order to do that, I have to go to the ad group. So I click AdWords Broad over here. And now I go into the ads tab on this one. And I'll pause this ad group also. So now I go in here and hit paste. Now this will allow me to paste 50 ads all at once. So I like to do lots of different ads when possible, because this allows me to test out everything. How do I know whether Google AdWords course or Complete AdWords course, or you're seeing this ad, learn how to make your own ad now? I don't know which one of these will work better. I'm selling my product, learn how to use yours, selling mine. I don't know which of these ads will work better. Your AdWords ad here, so many different options. Businesses need your help. There's all kinds of ways I've made these ads. I don't know what will be the most effective. What I do know is that testing 50 different ads, I'm likely to find 1 to 5 ads that are really effective. I don't know which ones they are beforehand, which, if you think, oh my God, that'd drive me nuts. It does! And yet, I have a certain peace of mind. If I create 50 ads, I know I'll make 5 good ads, just by dumb luck. So I try and operate by dumb luck whenever possible. And yet, they say luck is opportunity meeting preparedness. I'm prepared to have a great ad. I made 50 of them. I'm prepared to have 1 that's really good. Now, I'll show you how to bulk change too. So I'm doing some advanced features combined with the basics here. So I edit. What I need to do, Udemy just recently made a thing where I was offering $9 coupons for all my courses. Well, Udemy's changing the price. You'll see the course is $199 here. Udemy's making a maximum price of $50 with a maximum discount of 50%. So I'm trying to get as many students in this course as possible, pricing it $20 with a $10 coupon. Long story short, my $9 coupons, I need to edit all of these at once, because all of these, if I click on the ad, Google will take me to the landing page. You'll see $9 code right here, and you're welcome to try the code WELCOMEG9 instead of WELCOMEG10 to see if it's still available. If you're looking to buy the course, the link will come up like this, and it has WELCOMEG10's the URL I'm using. Well, all these ads have WELCOMEG9 as the URL. So what I want to do is edit all of these at once. So sometimes my mouse isn't exactly sure what I want. So I'll click on edit, and then what I need to do is change ads right here. So I click change ads. Now this allows me to change everything all at once. It's a pretty sweet deal. So you'll see I just want to change, and you can go really wrong doing this too. So what I'm going to do, I go grab my URL for this, and I paste this in the final URL here, and then I delete the HTTPS. So I've changed the final URL because all I need to do is change that exact coupon code people land on when they click the ad. So now what Google says here, this removes the old ad and puts a new one in that has to get submitted for review. So I hit make changes on here. So now when I click on it, it goes to the $10 ad. Excellent. So I've got all of those changed. That's beautiful. Now, one more problem. I said $9 in most of the ads. That's great. So I'll show you how to edit an ad right here. So I click on an ad to edit. Now, you'll notice I clicked the little edit button. There was also a down arrow. If you click the down arrow right here, and sometimes the mouse is weird when I'm zoomed in, you can click copy and edit. That will allow you to make another ad. When you click edit, the ad has to get resubmitted and go through Google's process again. So this is a good time we can cover the dynamics of a text ad also. So there's 4 parts to a text ad. There's the headline. This is the headline, what people are supposed to click on. Then there's the display URL. That's the URL that shows and that people should expect to land on. So Google expects the display URL to be included in the final URL. The final URL is the technical, actual URL that users are going to land on. So this is the first part of the URL in the display URL. And then the final URL has a coupon code attached onto the end. And then once Google puts it through my affiliate tracking, it will also have the affiliate tracking on the end of it. So the display URL is the basic form of what you're sending them to. The final URL is where they're actually going. And then any other tracking stuff needs to be also included after the final URL. So when I click through the affiliate, there's just some extra, but the final URL is in there. So what I do, all I need to do is change this ad up a little bit. I had $9, I just need to make it say $10. Small change, well, big difference. It's a policy violation. If I say my product's $9 and when people go to the page it's $10, that's called lying. So I have to change up all these ads to say $10 because you could manipulate people to click on an ad disproportionately, and Google wouldn't want you to do that. So the dynamics of the ads, you've got the headline here, the display URL here, and then what are these? These two lines are the description. So these are where you can describe. Now, this ad is in the traditional format. It has a one-sentence description that fills the description. So you can see how this works. One line of description, two line, and then on the top ad, one long line. So I'll hit save, and then I'll show you a different format because we're going to need to edit every single $9 here. So on this one, this is in the same format. So I'll go through down here. This one also in the same format. So you can see it's pretty quick and easy to edit ads on AdWords also. Now this ad, I'll edit here. This is in a different format. This is in a new format Google offers. Now a side ad and side ads don't show anymore. But they can still show, you can be on a bottom or something with a side ad. The top ad now, you can get everything up in the headline because Google figures why people are lazy. People don't want to read all the way down to the bottom. People want all the text up front. So you can actually now add your first line of description. Here's what's required. It has to read like a sentence. So you can see this reads complete AdWords course with 10 hours of HD video. So I did complete AdWords course with 10 hours of HD video. And then I have one more sentence here. So it doesn't quite make full sense in a side ad, but this one's aiming to be a top ad. So with rotating out all of these, I can get ideal placement. So then what I do, I hit save on that. So now I go through and manually check each one that I have $9 on, and I need to edit these out. You'll notice Google has a little number here telling me how many more characters. So if I run out of characters, then I can't go put any more on. So like on this one, we're up to the 1 character. So if I edit this and put one more in, it's down to 0. So that's as many characters as I can put in here. So you can just work with the limits Google gives you. Ideally, I like to fill things up. However, it can help to just put the essentials, to just put exactly what you need in here. So on some of these, like I've done 30-day money back guarantee, there's 7 extra characters I haven't used here. So what I've done on these ads is I've tried every different possible ad I could think of. You'll see I'm going through all these, and it took me about an hour when I made these for the original campaign to make all of these. So I'm showing you all of these different ads because, well, I need to edit all these $9 in here manually. So I'm actually running this campaign, so this is the real work I'm doing to get this campaign to run. And also you can see for all these different ads, I've tried every strategy I could imagine. Thank you for noticing me. Would you like to be here too? See how in my $10 AdWords course. I mean, I'm just shotgunning these 50 different ads. And there, now I've hit the -1 limit. See how to be excluded and bad placement. So now what I need to do, I can just delete this period right here, and my ad will still fit. So ad exceeds character limits, it exceeds the policy. So edit your ads so it meets there. So now I fixed it, it is within the policy. Now I have to edit these ads too. So now instead of saving $190, I need to save 50%. So what you can see is I've tried the kitchen sink here on my ads. This allows me, in trying the kitchen sink, to find an ad that works the best. If I just try 1 or 2, and most of the things I've done wrong in a lot of campaigns, I haven't tried enough ad variations. I haven't given Google enough options to test out what works effectively. If you don't give Google enough different things to test, then how do you know that you have the best possible ad? The difference in running an awesome ad and a mediocre ad can be a big difference in keyword score. It can be a big difference in top ad placement. It can be $5 a conversion, the difference between running a great ad and running a mediocre ad. So I do all this work, and you can see it's just a matter of effort. It puts, even just editing these ads, I'm not even halfway through editing these. You can see just editing these is a good bit of work. Now I could try and just manually select the ads in here that need to be edited, but then I risk missing something. So when you create the ads, I like to go through and just manually do them one at a time. See, I ran out of a character limit there, so I save. Now, the easiest way to make these in bulk, you just click this thing, you make one ad, and then you hit copy and edit. So instead of having to copy your display URL over and over again, instead of having to go copy your final URL over and over again, all you have to do is just do copy and edit, and that will allow you to make things quickly. And then if you've made 50 ads for a product in one campaign, then you can copy it and use it again. It's sweet. Once you've got all this work done, now if there's a little problem like this here, you might have to edit a few things. But that's okay. When you edit, it's easier to just edit these than to spend another hour trying to make all of these again. So I'm grateful for the chance to show you this today. There's still more things to show you, believe it or not, in here. I've shown you the real work going through and making these ads on Google, so that, to me, I hope it's not so intimidating then, because it was intimidating for me getting started with Google AdWords. It was intimidating for me to try and find out what worked for my business. And I responded to that fear poorly. I responded to that fear with bravado. I went in and thought I was going to be the master of Google AdWords. And today, I have no illusions. I'm no master of Google AdWords. I'm a regular guy who sits here and does Google AdWords and shows you what I do, with the hope that you can do better than I've done. I want you to have the chance to not have to waste a whole bunch of money on Google AdWords the way I have. Even doing some of these ads, there's ways you could do this if you wanted to wait longer and really look at the data. There's things you could do to optimize what I'm doing even. So I like to learn best by people who are actually in the middle of things, really doing things themselves. So that's what I offer you here today. I appreciate all the time you've spent watching this video. And I'm guessing this video is enough to help you see whether you'd like my Google AdWords course at all or not. My Google AdWords course has a ton more on my story with Google AdWords. And you can see by the fact you're watching the video that video is a very powerful sales medium also. It helps when you can combine your Google AdWords experience with some marketing experience, with some advertising experience on other platforms, because then you can really get a good understanding of a complete, well-rounded approach. For me, I find doing a well-rounded approach works really well in things. So I've got a well-rounded approach here in the ads. And now what I can do is I can command find to make sure there's not $9 anywhere, or there's not $190 anywhere in this. So I've got all of these ads edited. So now what I'll do, I'll go over here and enable this ad group here. So now it can run. And then I'll go over to the campaign here and start this one running. So now I've got this one off and running. I've got it set up, and it only has 2 keywords for now. It just has these 2 keywords. And it's starting off at a 6 out of 10, and people then, I get a lot of questions. Oh, Jerry, it says my ads aren't showing. That's okay. Just wait. You'll find out for sure what happens when you wait. Now, all of these ads I've made are pre-approved already. You'll see a lot of these are straight to eligible. I've already got them approved before. The standard thing I do, once I finish a campaign like this, now it's not totally done, I'll add some site links. But before I go make more than one ad, I usually make one ad to make sure my landing page gets approved. Now I copied all of those, I've already got the landing page approved. I don't need to do that again. So I'm confident doing all this work at once in front of you. That said, I still get burned occasionally and get a random disapproval on things that I wasn't expecting. So I usually try and pace this over several different days. I'm able to do this with you because I've already made ads for this before. So I'll show you another advanced feature that helps out a lot getting started. And I skipped over things like negative keywords because I don't have enough data yet to even put in negative keywords. And I've shown you all the settings and other things. So the last thing to do on this new campaign is do site link extensions. So what I want to do is put some site links on that will encourage people to try and click on other parts of the ad that are not even included directly. I can take people to other links. So I'll zoom in here. And what I can do, I have a thing where I can take best-selling courses for $10 on this page. And then a site link is basically another ad. And you'll notice here, I have this on all, this is at the campaign level. So if I edit this on anything, then it edits it on all campaigns. So I don't want to edit anything. So I've got this one, I get any course for $10. So I've got this one already up there. So then what I do, I've got this all set up there. So I have these site links on here then. So then I put the site links on, and then people, they might not even click on the Google ad, but they might click the get any course for $10. And so what I want to do is see if I have another one, a free preview with AdWords. So I've got a free preview, watch 500 plus videos free on Jerry Banfield's YouTube channel. So I can click this and then see what this has. This is a free preview on YouTube, and it goes to my YouTube channel. So it allows people then to see that I have a bunch of videos up already, and that way they can watch what I'm doing beforehand without having to just go on faith. So then I can even go something like this, how to freelance online. Learn how to develop practical skills to freelance online. I can even promote another course in this ad. I realize that people doing AdWords might be freelancing. I can test out putting another ad for another course on here. And I can even try this in another video. I can even do here how to work online. So I can even put all these different site links on here and just test them out. And then what you have to do to get them on there is hit save. So now I try all these on here. And there's tons of other things I can do too. What I will do after I make this video, I will put free preview on YouTube, and then people searching will actually get a chance to watch this video, and you might have even came here this way, and watch this video after seeing the ad. This maximizes my click-through on the ad, and then if I actually make a sale, then Google AdWords tracks that, so I can see then that someone made a sale through the various site links I've used. So site links are really powerful. You can have up to 4 site links on one ad. So the sweet thing, you can see all of these are approved. I know these can run on there right away. So I go up to ad groups, and then what I do, I go back and I want to test my link synergy tracking template here. So I test this, and then there's a final URL mismatch on these. So then I have to go back through there and see if there's any issues on the Google AdWords course. So there's a final URL mismatch, so then I have to go diagnose why there's a final URL mismatch on these. And it has the www on there, and this one has the www on it also. Mismatched URL. So now there's udemy.com/courses. So what I've done, it looks like I copied the wrong tracking template in there, and that can happen. So all I have to do is go back to campaigns, because if there's a final URL mismatch, Google's not going to run that. So what it shows in the diagnosis here, it shows that it's sending them to a different website. So I go over here, I go to another campaign that I'm already running things on, and now I turn off all enabled, or I just do enabled, and then I'll go grab one on here that I'm running. So I'll just take this freelancing one. I'll go over here and check on this one. So now I click test on this one to make sure this one is working. So then all I have to do is copy this tracking one. I go paste this tracking one in. I hit save, fix the tracking on here. Now I go test on this, and now it says landing page found on all of these, so that's what it should look like. So you can see it's not that I do things perfect in Google AdWords either. It's that I double check things, I fix little problems I have, and then I get that back set up out there. Now, the problem is Google's very punitive. Sometimes you can literally get your entire account suspended for messing up something small like that. And I'll pray that doesn't happen for me because, you just do your best with things. And Google can be very punitive if you get things wrong. And I messed up a lot of things making my early Google ads. So I'm grateful. Google also, if you make another account, as long as you don't keep doing the same thing on a huge scale and keep trying to screw Google over, Google will generally let you make a new account from fresh as long as you don't advertise anything you were advertising before. You put the same keywords, you put the same URL, your account will almost instantly get suspended. If you really want to start fresh, a new domain, a new Gmail, a new product, Google will usually let you do pretty well with that. So the last thing I want to show you here is copying and turning this local campaign, local I say USA, so really national. I want to turn this in, now that I've verified the tracking's correct on it and everything, I want to turn this global. So there's two ways to do that. First, I want to get some of my established higher cost sales countries. So I can do that. I can go look in here at some of my existing campaigns, but I already know those off the top of my head. So what I'm going to do, I've selected the campaign I just made. I go to copy on it and I go to paste. Now this is risky to copy a campaign if you don't have all the ads approved already and if you're not sure exactly whether the things you've done are going to work. I'm pretty sure everything's going to work out fine. So I've copied this twice. I'm going to do a UK, Canada, Australia campaign, and then I'm going to do a global campaign. So between all those different campaigns, then I can test out the entire world at once. So I've got faith that what I've done in this, based on copying ads that were approved, using keywords I've used before, and doing things that I've done already in other campaigns, I've got confidence I should be able to simply copy this. Now, if you don't have confidence, when I try something new, what I do is I do just the first ad one day, and then the next day I check back, I do the next ads, and then the day after that I copy the campaign. So this is nice because I can do all of these at once. And I'll call this converted. That's my language for the converted, and then I go global on these. So then all I have to do is go in and change the country targeting. Everything else in the campaign is the same. All the keywords are the same. All the ads in here are the same. Everything stays the same, all the ad extensions. All I need to do is go switch the countries in here. So to go switch the country targeting, I just go over here to remove the USA. I go United Kingdom, add. I go to Canada, add. And then I go to Australia, add. So now that's 3 more countries I've gotten here. I'm going to use the same CPA on these countries, and then I'll change it up on the global. So to see that how fast all that starts turning into a lot more focused, scaled up campaigns when you're able to do it global. So I go over to global, I go over to US here, and what I'm going to do, I remove the US, and I'm actually going to exclude the US now, because Google has all countries and territories targeting. So what I'm going to do is exclude every country I've targeted in another one. So this effectively allows me then to split test conveniently by country. Now you can do all this within a campaign also, and I did that in my last AdWords campaign. It just gets a lot harder to optimize. So I know I mainly need to optimize between the USA, my converted countries, and global. And now for the global, one change I'm going to make. I want to change the target CPA global to much lower. I want to do about $9 global because I want the bids to be a lot lower global. I don't want to be bidding $8 a click in a country where that's not necessary. With the global, that's going to run in all countries, so that's some of the biggest areas of success I've had is advertising globally. My existing AdWords course, that's where most all the sales are coming from, is globally in it. So if I go to all time, I can show you the data I have on this existing AdWords course. And this one's showing to a lot of countries in the world. all I've done is exclude countries that weren't working. So here's how I go to locations, I go to where users were, and I sort by conversions. And you can see this is a global one, so these are the top converting countries. US, Canada, Ireland actually is up there pretty high. New Zealand, UK, and Australia. That's surprising. What's the cost per conversion? So you can see that's pretty sweet. The cost per conversion is only $6 in Ireland, so that's a pretty sweet deal. Jordan, this is why I love global campaigns. 5 cents per conversion in Jordan. 39 cents per conversion in Hungary. So the global campaigns often can get you some exceptional results. Now, if you also look at the cost here, you'll see some of these countries I've spent money in, I've never got a sale in them. And there's lots of countries like that. I've never got a sale in them on here. So I'm able to go through and exclude some of those countries. So now I've shown you how to make 3 different campaigns. I've shown you how to do them globally targeted. So you've got a really strong foundation here in AdWords. To me, to make this the perfect tutorial, there's one more thing to show you. And that's how to make an ad for YouTube. So in order to make an ad for YouTube, what I want to do is go over and grab my YouTube video here. So this is a YouTube video, and I want to just do this to my remarketing audience and do it to people that are looking at Udemy. So I've got these YouTube ads going already, and these are simply to rank the video higher. So in order to make a new campaign for video, I click here, and then I go down to video. Now that this is loaded up here, I use standard on the video just fine. And so now I'll go down to Udemy March 2016 updates. So on this, I'm going to get this out to my existing audience that's already on Udemy, especially. And now I'm going to split this one also. So I'm just going to go, I'll put $10 a day on this. And the nice thing, YouTube video ads, these, since they're just for search placement, organic search, and suggested video, you don't have to run these forever. All I do on these, I try and run these long enough for the video to rank high and to get it out to my audience, and then I stop. So for this, I'm going to do the sales countries all together here, because I'm going to do remarketing and keyword targeting. So I'm going to do the sales countries all together on here. So this is pretty much the same as creating an AdWords campaign. For the search, as I've showed before, there's just less options here. Now, one thing I will do, I will decrease the bid by 50% on here because people on mobile devices don't tend to watch as much of a video. And then I'll go frequency capping. I'll limit this campaign to 1 impression per day. I don't want YouTube to show this a bunch. And then up here, I have exclusions I can put up on here. So I can put all these other topics on here, so I can also exclude these unlabeled and sensitive subjects on here, which is good too. Now, I don't want to exclude too much, but I'd rather if someone's trying to watch a video about a tragedy, they probably don't need my video at that exact moment, although maybe they do, I don't know. So I hit save and continue on this, and now YouTube ads is a lot more simple. So I'm just going to put this YouTube remarketing here and do it by audience. So I drop a YouTube video in here, and then I do an in-stream ad. I want this to show in-stream to people. And now what I'm going to do, I put the display URL on here, and then the question is, what kind of final URL do I want to put on here? Well, most of these people aren't likely to buy a course or anything. However, I'd like to get people who have watched this video to my website. So what I want to do here is put jerrybanfield.com/Udemy as my display URL. And then I can put that on the final URL also. And then in the URL options, I could put a tracking template, but since I'm sending them to my website, I don't need to do that. So then I put the maximum cost per view. Well, I know 9 cents will be plenty for the countries I've selected, which is pretty sweet. And then I enter 0 for a custom bid adjustment. So that's my basic ad setup here. You can see it'll show in front of another video, a video I've already used that people have liked. I call it YouTube remarketing because I'm going to remarket to people who've already watched my YouTube videos and already looked at my Udemy courses or interested in udemy.com. So the first thing I'm going to do on here is put in my remarketing audiences. So I already have these video marketing lists. So I've got all these people who've already watched a video from me. So I'm going to put all of them in here and hit done. So the ads will go out to them, and then I hit save ad group. So now I've got that done. It's pretty similar to what I've done on other ads in Google here with you. The one thing I want to change up, I want to make some different ad groups for my YouTube ads based on interest. So what I'll do, I'll select here, and I hit copy, and then I hit paste. And this will give me another ad group that I can test some different targeting in. Now, you can test all of your targeting in one ad group. It's easier if you put the basic idea of your targeting into one ad group like I'm doing here. And I'm going to paste this ad group again so that I can also do some other keywords. So what I'm going to do is call this right now Udemy remarketing, which this then will show to all of my existing Udemy, anyone who's visited any of my course pages. So I'll change the names on these to reflect what I'm doing, and then Udemy keywords here. So those are 3 different targeting. Now the cool thing, I can actually change the bid here. So I can put the bid down on this to like 6 cents because I really want to reach my remarketing audience, but I want to get all of my ads to show also. So then in order to switch this, I need to switch the Udemy remarketing. And you'll see the ads are in review. Now I normally don't go make a whole bunch of ads all at once until my videos got reviewed. I'm fairly confident this should get reviewed just fine based on my previous experience. But as with everything else I've said, I try and take things slow. Because if you get something rejected, it's a real pain if you went and made 50 ads. I've made literally 500 plus ads and got them all rejected before. That's why I say to take it slow. So now I've removed in this ad group the Udemy remarketing. I remove that. And then what I do is go in here and click plus remarketing. Now what I need here, I need my AdWords remarketing list. So I go to AdWords remarketing. Now what I can do is go put in all of my Udemy course landing pages here. So I just click these one at a time, and this gives me the ability to remarket. I've already set this up through Google Analytics, and I've linked my Google AdWords account with Analytics. I can now, whenever someone who's been to my Udemy courses is on the same browser window, I can then show them ads on YouTube, showing them the newest of what I'm doing on Udemy with the intent to sell more of my courses. And I've even got my website audience in here also. Sometimes I split the website audience out. For this one, I'm just going to put everyone in here all together. So I've got all of these, and AdWords actually has so many that it gives me a new page here. And all converters is then one that's specifically made up of conversions. So I've now got all of these on here. So now this one group, ad group, targets all of these. You can see why I wouldn't want to put every single one of these all together. So I've now got that, and then the last step is to do the same thing on keywords. So if you don't have remarketing, you can still do this with keywords. Now keywords often work terrible compared to remarketing, but hey, if you don't have remarketing, you do keywords or interests or placements. So for this, I'm going to do keywords because I don't even want to waste time with placements. These are pretty specific. So I've done Udemy and udemy.com here. Those are the only 2 keywords, and it's that easy. Now I can find related keywords if I type in Udemy. Google will give me some related keywords down here. And yet, I'm not interested in finding related keywords because I've already done this on others. I have Udemy and udemy.com. I only want to get this out to people who already know about Udemy. So I click save, and now you can see these are keywords. There's no remarketing in this ad group. So in the whole campaign, now I've got YouTube remarketing, Udemy remarketing, and Udemy keywords all together all at once. So now all I have to do is wait for these to run. So there's one other sweet thing I can do right now. So I've got this one up here. Same as with the other one. Now this only goes, and I can call this USA Plus here. Then what I can do is copy this and do a global one, because globally, I'm going to be able to get 1 cent views globally. I'll probably get about 4 cent views US, Canada, Australia. I can get 1 cent views locally. So when I combine the two of those, that's very powerful for getting the video ranked high and getting it out to a global audience. So if I zoom in, I'll show you what I mean. Now, the cost per click, don't worry about that. We're going for organic video ranking. So this is I did the same thing on my Fiverr video. So same strategy here. And if I just show video campaigns now. So I'll go over here and just show video campaigns. So it pulls those stats, and I'll show the error there. And it says an internal error occurred. Okay. So I'll try and copy it again. Paste. Random Google error. So what I've got, you can see I'm paying 4 cents a view in the USA and similar countries, and then 1 cent per view globally. Well, for ranking, it's ideal. You want to get both a lot of views and people who are as interested as possible. So if I show you the people in the US, Canada, Australia, UK are watching a lot more of the video. However, there's a lot more people watching the video globally. Globally, I'm able to get a lot more actual views on it and minutes watched. So even though the cost is 4 times higher here to get these, I'm getting a lot of people that are watching the video all the way to the end here also. 1%, this video is almost an hour long that I'm advertising on the Fiverr one. And so the 25%, I'm actually getting more minutes watched out of the global one. So for ranking, it's ideal to do both global and USA Plus. So it's just as easy as what I showed before. All I have to do, I go up to edit, I remove the countries I targeted before, and now what I do is I go back and exclude the countries I already put in. I go exclude Australia, I go exclude Canada, and then this will allow it to run to the rest of the world. So since the primary value of this is building an ongoing relationship and getting search ranking, I don't care where these ads run. Any country is just as good for running these ads. The one thing I do want to change, I want to change my bids. So what I do on my 2 remarketing ones, I do 2 cents each here. And then on the Udemy keywords, I'll do 2 cents each here on these 2. And then one thing I'll do different on the global campaign is I could set this up on the global campaign to run anywhere. However, on this one, the exact topic of this video, I'd rather keep it more strictly to my existing audience on what I want. So I'll actually put this a little higher. I'll put 3 cents so I can have a better chance at getting this out to my existing remarketing audiences. However, like on this Fiverr video, you can see in here what I did. I put it in on the business section here. So a lot of the views on this are coming from the business interest. So now I've went and showed you how to make a video campaign. I've showed you some of the most helpful things that have worked for me in AdWords. And I'm honored you've spent so incredibly much time here with me. It's got to be at least an hour by now. So I've went through and made 5 campaigns here with you live that I'm actually running and testing in my account based on what's already worked on the other campaigns in my account to get results that I'm very happy with today, and then I'm continually testing and improving. So I'm honored you've spent this time here, and I'm guessing now, if you found this helpful, there's got to be a good chance you'd like more. So if you want more specifically about Google AdWords, then you can get more about Google AdWords in my AdWords course. And if you want more about, I have a bunch of other courses also. I have a ton of other courses online too. If you want to learn more, for example, if you want to see how I'm teaching on Udemy, I have a full course that shows exactly how I'm teaching on Udemy. So you go to my website, and here's the link, jerrybanfield.com/Udemy. You can get coupons to all of my courses right here. For example, you scroll down, there's a Google AdWords course coupon right here. You click that, it has a different coupon code, but it takes you back to the same place. So if you want to learn how I've got this video, it's probably gotten quite a few views on YouTube by now. If you want to learn how I'm doing things on YouTube, I have a complete YouTube course. If you want to figure out how I'm doing things with my Facebook ads and marketing, I have a complete Facebook ads and marketing course on the same page right at the top. If you want to see how I'm teaching online and able to make all these courses, this is one of people's favorite courses I made. The complete Udemy instructor course, it shows you exactly how I'm teaching online. 12,000 other students have taken this. Now, if you want to learn from other people, I've even got some of the other best-selling courses on Udemy listed on my website also. And I have courses I'm teaching with other instructors. Ermin, we've made a bunch of different courses together. He's made, like, here's an example course we have together, our Red Hat Linux course. And then these are all the courses Ermin's teaching, and you can get coupons to all of these as well. So our best-selling course is this hacking course. You can see a ton of people have taken this course. And then there's coupons to this on my website so you can take it at a lower price. So there's tons of coupons here. You can even do things like learn about Bitcoin. I've got Eckhart Tolle's course, so I love Eckhart Tolle. I buy pretty much everything he creates. I've got even a startup course if you want to learn how to freelance online. I've got a coupon to my freelancing course right here, which people have really enjoyed. And then tons more coupons all over the place for you on my website. If you want the Google AdWords course, it might be easiest to go to jerrybanfield.com/Udemy, and then you go apply coupon, and you get it right here. So thank you very much for watching this. I made this video on March 10th, 2016, live, complete with dog barking sounds in the background, complete with killing a bug that was in the room, complete with making 5 different campaigns I'm actually using to promote my business online, complete with trying to share the most of what I know that's helpful for you in this video so that you have a chance to do whatever it is you're supposed to do today online. Thank you very much for watching this. If you want to subscribe on YouTube, there's a subscribe button on most videos. If I go back here, for example, there's often a watermark in the corner, or you can just hit the subscribe button that'll be right below my name. I value your feedback on it. If you'll tell me what you think of it, you can help me make better videos for you in the future. If this is on my Facebook page, same thing. Just comment on the Facebook post. I'd love to know what you think. Share this with a friend if you know someone who could benefit. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again in another video.